Last week it was Paul Kagame. This week it is Donald Trump. Wow, guys, Donald Trump is back. But he's back with even more drama. Donald Trump is trying to bully South Africa again with the problem of the land.
Terrible things are happening in South Africa. They're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
The U.S. president offered no proof of his claim, but threatened to cut off all funding to South Africa. Trump appeared to be reacting to a land expropriation law enacted last month by South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, one that makes it easier for the state to seize land in the public interest. The new law aims to address the gaping land ownership disparity in South Africa, a result of decades of white minority rule under apartheid. White people make up around 8% of South Africa's population, but own 3/4 of the nation's freehold farmland. In response to Trump, Ramaphosa said the South African government has not confiscated any land and that he looks forward to clarifying the land reform policy with Washington.
This statement made by Donald Trump, it has woken up the beast out of South Africans. Do you know why? Because the problem of land in South Africa, it is a sensitive matter. If you want to see what South Africans are capable of, go and raise the problem of land, then you'll see the true color of South Africans. But guys, is this the first time that Donald Trump addressed these matters? No, because he once did again this in 2018. And he get a very harsh response from President Cyril Ramaphosa, who had to come and tell him this.
Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Kauri. When we were facing apartheid, when we were facing oppression, he was not here. He did not fight side by side with us. And we were able, on our own, yes, with support of progressive forces in the world, to resolve the apartheid question. As far as I recall, Donald Trump was not around the negotiating table when we negotiated the end of apartheid. So stick around there in the White House. We will do our business here and we will find solutions for our problems. So stay out of our issues and we will not get involved in your issues in America.
Well, that was back then in 2018, President Cyril Ramaphosa, who had to answer to Donald Trump concerning the problem which he had raised about the land. But is this going to be the same way, or is he still the same man that we get to know? Well, I believe his reactions about this tweet of Donald Trump, it is what's going to help you to understand whether we're still having the same man who still have the same courage to respond back to the Western or not.
President Trump, as a leader of an important country like the United States, it is important for you not to disrespect or show any disrespect to any country in the world. We want the United States to engage with the world, with other countries, with due regard, with respect, particularly Africa. Africa is the origins of humanity, and you must therefore respect your origins. President Trump's origins and his roots are in Africa.
Looking at this firm Ramaphosa that we used to know and the one that we're having, well, it's kind of like complicating because we don't know whether he's still going to be able to have the courage to apply the same words to President Trump concerning these matters of the land without compensation. Donald Trump tweeted in his Twitter, raising these allegations, declaring, saying that there is a lot of bad things which is happening in South Africa, but without evidence. Because in his Twitter, Donald Trump said that they are taking the land from this so-called white minority who lives in South Africa, which is not true according to what we all know so far. There is no land which has been taken away from anyone. So one of the ANC member, who's also the minister in the government of GNU, Gwede Mantashe, have to come and give this powerful answer to Donald Trump concerning the same matters.
With this standing threat that, yeah, because you passed an Exploration Act, therefore Trump will withhold funding to South Africa. And they said, let's not mobilize Africa. Let's withhold minerals to US. That is it. If they don't give us money, let's not give them minerals. But the reality, they take our minerals, but say why we're throwing funding. No, we have minerals in the continent, and therefore we have something that we have. We're not just beggars, but we must just use that endowment for our benefit as a continent. But if, as a continent, we are frightened, we fear everything, we are going to collapse, and will collapse with minerals at our doorstep. So, my appeal is that Africa is the world's richest mining jurisdiction. And that issue is an issue that we must internalize as a continent, use it to our advantage.
What a powerful statement or a response from Gwede Mantashe to Donald Trump. And this time, this man did not only speak in behalf of South Africans, but he spoke in behalf of the entire Africa. Because according to Donald Trump's statement, he kind of like bullying South Africa, reminding them that if this has not to stop, I'm going to cut funds on South Africans. It is if like Donald Trump with his government, they are doing South Africa a favor. It is if like they're not benefiting from anything from South Africa, forgetting that the minerals of South Africa, the mineral of Africans, these are number one beneficial of these minerals. So Gwede Mantashe have to come and remind him as well that, no, look, if you decide to cut your so-called funds, your aids and everything that you feel like you can cut from us, well, go ahead and do it. Also, we're going to stop financing you with our minerals. So it should also take that. And this is the same strategy which Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, have put in place in order for him to get rid of the Western. They put sanctions on him. They put sanctions on Burkina Faso to not buy guns. And he went on and said that, okay, fine. You also, there's no license for you to operate in my minings. Leave my mineral resources, go back where you come from. That is a good strategy, which I believe that each and every African country should have from now on. They threaten you to put sanctions on you, they threaten to cut fund on you. You also look something that you can use against them, because we all know that the United States of America, the biggest bully that this world never had. They will use something against you so that you have just to comply to whatsoever they will be telling you.
The U.S. government into domestic affairs of South Africa. I don't understand why should America be involved in our domestic matters. We've got challenges in this country dating back many years. So I don't really understand why should America be involved in domestic matters that all of us as South Africans, as we are aware. Because, Koli, you know we live in this country. Have we seen widespread confiscation of any land? Are we, as South Africans, I'm not aware as a South African of human rights abuse of our white South Africans on the basis of fake news that they cannot give us of any evidence of widespread confiscation of anyone's land. We are not going to accept anyone unleashing fake news, going to lobby the U.S. government to punish our country.
No, I'm not worried about our relations. I spoke to him soon after he was elected, congratulated him, and we both said we are looking forward to continued dealings and engagements. I was not able to go to the United States because I was very busy with my party political work. We were holding our strategy session, which is a very important strategy session, which is called a Lekgotla, and no ANC president ever stays away from that. So that took precedence. But I know President Trump and I are going to continue either dealing together or meeting, and so it's not a train smash.
Donald Trump came and said whatever he said. But the question is, what is motivating Donald Trump behind all this? Because Donald Trump never lived in South Africa. I barely even doubt that he even know what is South Africa. Maybe it's just a word that you get to hear through the medias, or maybe other people talking about South Africa, but what does Donald Trump knows about the entire Africa? Because we should keep in mind that we're talking about the same man who had called African as all. Yes, he described Africans as all country, as all continent. So what changed today for Donald Trump to be interfering this much in one of African country politics? There is a reason, because he does not know nothing. I saw in his press conference when they were asking him about Rwanda and DR Congo, he could not even comment much because he does not even know much about African countries, besides knowing on how they have been looting and stealing from African mineral resources. That is all he knows. So let us try to understand what is motivating Donald Trump to get to this point. Well, in order for us to understand everything very well, we need to rewind. We need to take you back to what happened about 2-3 years ago. As we all know that in South Africa we have problem of land, where the politicians believe that the land should remain for the minorities of South Africans, white South Africans, and those who believe that no, the land is not in the hands of their rightful person should go back to the rightful owners. And here this time we're talking about Julius Malema of the EFF, because this is one of their policies. Even the ANC, it is one of their policies. I mean, all the black South African political parties, this is one of their policies. But unfortunately, I don't know why it has took them so long after 30 years of democracy, yet they are not able to make it happen. So, we all saw how Julius Malema with the EFF, they've been preaching the gospel of the land without compensations. They even attempted to change the constitution in parliament back then during the Jacob Zuma mandate, and they failed. But that has not made them give up. So they've been trying to do that until in the 10th anniversary of the EFF, we then saw a day after how the president of DA, John Stenizen, came on media to announce this.
Alliance, shoot to kill, Gamasa, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer, brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa. Attention.
Standing on a stage in front of thousands of people in Soweto, Julius Malema resurrected the demon of hatred, division, and ethnic violence in South Africa. This is a man who is determined to ignite the civil war we averted in 1994. Julius Malema told us exactly who he is, and it's time that we believe him. I pledge to you that the DA would do everything in our power to prevent Malema from gaining power through a doomsday coalition between the ANC, the PA, and the EFF. EFF doomsday will plunge this country into ethnic and racial conflict, the likes of which it has never witnessed before, and will leave all South Africans destitute, black, colored, white, and Indian. Let me be clear, the DA will not look away. We will confront Julius Malema's fascism head on. That is why I can today announce that we are filing charges against both Julius Malema and the ANC government at the United Nations Human Rights Council. My fellow citizens, the time has come to stop Malema.
Well, the revolution song, just because of that revolution song which Julius Malema have sang in the anniversary of the EFF, it is what end up waking up the beast from this so-called white minority. And as you saw it in the video, John Stenizen will have to take a very big decision to go and report these matters to the UN or to the International Criminal Court. And I have made a video back then to explain you the danger of this kind of accusation. This is how most of ethnics out there around the world, they end up having their own soil. To make story short, I had tried even to tell you the reason why they are doing all this, because they want to take Cape Town and make it become their own country. Because if this matters is in the hands of the UN, usually UN in this kind of situations, they'll always side with the minorities. They'll say that, okay, no, since you guys, you can't do this, you can't do that, since you can't get along, okay, fine, where are this minority more focused or based? And they'll be like, no, they leave most of them there in Cape Town. Okay, if that is the Cape Town, from now on, Cape Town, it's another separate country. That was the mission behind all this. But now that they have tried to do this, so far, according to my results, I have not heard that there's a case already which is being opened. But something did happen after that speech from John Steenhuisen. Something that happened was, we saw then the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who came to side with them. Obviously, it is normal because of his origins. He had to come and side with them. He called Julius Malema names. He insulted him in his Twitter.
And staying on with stories regarding Musk and his platform X. Elon Musk, one of the world's wealthiest, as we know, and Julius Malema, leader of South Africa's third largest political party, were going at each other on the social media platform X. Despite distancing himself from South Africa, his country of birth, Musk says that Malema's party is pushing white genocide in South Africa.
This is the controversial slogan that got many people, in particular white people, upset and venting their anger on social media platforms against economic freedom fighters. One prominent figure was Elon Musk, and this is his tweet. He tweeted, "They are openly pushing for genocide of white people in South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa, why do you say nothing?" Soon after Musk tweeted, Malema replied with this, "O bolela masipa," which translates directly into, "You are talking." These conversations led to many more joining in.
And then we saw Julius Malema also came back on him and get to give him a hard answer. We all know that Julius Malema is not one of those people you can just attack like that and then it's going to keep quiet about it. So Julius Malema had to come and respond back to Elon Musk by saying that,
I saw some McG wannabe, one of these podcast people who failed with a very low followers, for so his relatives only that are following him. He says, I must educate Elon Musk. What is that? No, the one of Twitter. Elon Musk. I must educate Elon Musk. Why must I educate Elon Musk? He looks like an illiterate. The only thing that protects him is his white skin. Elon Musk wants to learn about this song. The records are there in court. Let him go and read the judgment. Let him go and listen to my arguments in court. I argued successfully and paralyzed the grandchild of Oppenheimer and said to him, if I were AfriForum, I was going to fire you from this case. When they did an appeal, they fired him. In line with what I said. I said, you are the most stupid lawyer I've ever met. If I was your client, I would have fired you. He was fired. So what a failed a podcast, this unemployed, lack of creative people who go and just take cameras and then do flopped podcasts, imitating McG, faking it. McG is still going to outshine them because of their fraudulent mentality. Copycats. Says I must educate Elon Musk. Refer Elon Musk to YouTube. There is a full clip of the court appearance on that matter, where it was canvassed in a neutral court of law and a judgment was made. This matter is closed. We have no time for nonsense.
So, since that moment, obviously, things never been that good at all, because now the DA, they are having someone who can advocate for them in the world of economy or in the Westerns. It become a pure representative, I mean to say, of South Africa in the Western. So the response of Julius Malema is not something which Elon Musk will keep quiet about it and let go of it just like that, because those words, they were so harsh toward Elon Musk. Now, we all saw how he had to invest a lot of money in campaigning for Donald Trump. He's one of the biggest donors who have given about 120 million US dollar to Donald Trump J campaign. Like they always say that there's nothing for mahala. So when he spend this kind of money, obviously there have to be something that will benefit in return. And we then saw how he was welcomed by Donald Trump. They become good buddies. They exchange phone calls. And Trump had even to promise him for a post in his cabinet. Story short, today as we are talking, Elon Musk is one of Donald Trump cabinet members. Now, earlier on, when we play for you the video of Donald Trump blah-blahing things about South Africa, we said that Donald Trump is being misinformed. He don't know nothing about South Africa. It's like someone just came to his ear and whisper something to him, and him comes out and do that. So obviously now you have a picture or an idea who could be this person. And here we're talking about Elon Musk, because now that he have easy access to be next to Donald Trump, these people, they are good buddies. Donald Trump, he owe it a lot to Elon Musk. So wherever Elon Musk will have to go and tell Donald Trump will have just to do it. If Elon Musk goes there and lie in behalf of South Africa, Donald Trump will just accept without even investigating. And that's what is happening right now. Because Elon Musk is one of the boers in South Africa. And as one of them, I don't think he will try to abandon his own people. I don't think we'll ever abandon all these people that have been complaining the same thing. Because AfriForum, they have even met him, negotiate with him. Like, no, look, you can't abandon your origins. See what is happening. You need to go, since you are over there in America, you need to influence. You need to do certain kind of lobbyings in order for these people to not do this. So what Elon Musk did was to go and lie in behalf of South Africa and tell President Trump that no, you better threatening up these people with some sanctions, so that this their project, this their plan should not move forward, should not succeed. That's what Elon Musk has been doing. That, I mean, that's what Elon Musk was trying to. That's what Elon Musk did. And we then saw the man Julius Malema in his press conference. He came and addressed this same problem by saying this.
Well, we've made it very clear that we are more than prepared to join the ANC and work in the government of national unity. But we can't do it with the people who killed Krisani, the people who tortured our own people, the people who oppressed us, the people who are advocating that every progressive policy must not be implemented. That's why you've got this noise from Donald Trump. They are at the center of that. They thought they were going to bully the ANC in that GNU and the ANC will develop a cold feet. The ANC is pushing forward ahead. They now are seeking external intervention, which seeks to undermine the sovereignty of South Africa. So the ANC must know that we are just outside, we're at the doorstep. Once they remove the DA and they want a partner, we are in. There's no government that is going to collapse here because Helen Zille says so. We're not going to hear from Helen Zille. So, yeah.
Tell me something. Do you also agree with Julius Malema on this part? Because when we look at the geopolitics of South Africa so far, you will understand that there is no doubt that the DA, that the one representing the Western in South Africa. Every position which the ANC they have took so far against the West, the DA they never side with them. When the ANC they side with Russia, or they prefer to remain neutral, the DA they were the first one to jump on the other side of the border and then to become even more close with Ukraine. Do you guys still remember when John Steenhuisen have to travel all the way to Ukraine to go and support them? When the ANC, they are siding with people of Palestine, the DA is nowhere to be found. So every position which the Western they take is what the DA, they have to accept and support it. Now with this kind of people, do you think that this so-called GNU will ever work? It will never gonna work. As Julius Malema said that in his press conference, I quote, the ANC must know that EFF is standing outside just next door. Once they get rid of the DA, once they divorce from this so-called GNU marriage, the EFF is ready to move in. Why? Because we all knew that this won't work. We all saw this coming. That's the reason why you see there's a problem after another problem each and every time in the GNU. Where the ANC as the ruling party, they will say something like this, and this one also come and say that. It's all about threatening one another. Ramaphosa will come and say that no, the DA, they must know that even though we're allies, but we have our policies as the ANC, which we need to respect. On the other side, you see the DA, they are coming forward and saying that no, look, we rather be in the opposition political party, at least they will be able to hold you guys accountable. Too much misunderstanding. Why? Because these people, they don't share the same vision. These people, they don't have a better understanding of one another. That is why you see them, they're busy fighting like that. Now, Donald Trump today is having the courage to come and talk about South Africa. But this is the guy who've been busy campaigning saying that
America first. America first. America first.
America first. Now, what changed from all this? Why is he not focusing his America first dream? Deal with this problem of immigrants and do whatever he's doing instead of him to come and start being informed and start coming and attacking South Africa on something South Africa they have not even done so far. Well, it is for the simple reason, you know, Americans, they just want to have something to use against the nation, and they feel like they are losing South Africa, because South Africa in all this, they have a stand as a free country that you can't tell us who can be our friends. As much we are friends with you, well, allow us to be friends with anyone around the world. South Africa is just like India. India, they are friends with China, but that does not stop them from not being friends with America. They're still friends to America and China. Brazil, for example. They are friends with China, but they're still friends with America. There are many countries, France, for example, one of the top allies of Americans, yet they're still friends with China. So why Donald Trump is leaving all these countries to come and focus only on South Africa? Why? Why is he coming so hard on South Africans? Well, it's for the simple reason. What they're trying to do here is to stop or trying to destroy the BRICS. South Africa has been member of BRICS. And in the BRICS, they have a policy which is to protect one another. Whatsoever is your problem, if you're having a problem with someone else, well, I can't turn against you. I rather remain quiet, but I have to protect our friendship. So, the Western, they have seen on how powerful BRICS it is coming and how many nations are coming out there. And South Africa, it is an influencer number one of BRICS in Africa continent. If Trump administration, they don't try to stop South Africa and impose their leadership on South Africa, which means South Africa will have even more roots all over Africa continent. Because now South Africa will have something to tell Africans in order for them to pack their bags and come in BRICS. So that is something that they're trying to stop. They're trying to neutralize each and every BRICS member countries. And South Africa, since they know very well that South Africa, they have a very big role to play in all this. That's why they want to come and impose their leadership on it, violating or denying the sovereignty of South Africa. Now the question is, will South Africa have to allow this to happen? Will South Africa have to accept this to happen? Because we are talking about the land. The land represents your sovereignty as a nation. In the speech or response of President Cyril Ramaphosa in 2018, he was very clear to remind Donald Trump that no, even where you were born, your country, there are things which did happen there. And you did not just keep quiet about it. You did something in order for you to put everything in order. So please mind your own business, stay with your own White House policies and everything. Us also will deal with our own matters. So, dear South Africans, for me, my text in this, I will tell you guys that the sovereignty of this beautiful nation is what drive you guys out there. And failing to protect this sovereignty, it is like failing to protect yourself. This is something that need to be addressed more properly, once for all. Let them come with their sanctions, let them come and say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, if you have the land, you have it all. Because it's still not possible to see that in a country where there's about 64 million citizens, yet a minority of 2 to 3 millions, they're the one who hold the whole entire economy. They're the one who get to comment things around. And we should not talk about it. No, we have to talk about it. No, trust me, we have to talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, it will make us look like we're accomplices in all this. Because the history will judge us some days. Like, no, you guys, you were there. What did you do when all this was happening? Guys, if you know how important the land it is, just look on how these people get to react whenever the matter of the land is being addressed. If you know how important the land is, look around. This country is too big. But you go somewhere, you thought maybe this it's a government land, let me go maybe and build a shacks there. The moment you put there, you see the owner coming out. You find hectares of land belongs to one person or one family. While black South Africans, they are living like even tin fish, Baba, is even much better. Look people in Alexandra. Look people in Tembisa. Look people in Soweto. Yet this land is too big. Why? Because there's this area which belongs to this family. There's this one belongs to that one person. So this is a very serious problem, and you should not allow Donald Trump to come and try to take away the sovereignty of this country. Remember, former president of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, once said that
the one thing we will never allow anyone in the world to interfere with is our sovereignty.
One thing I'll never allow anyone in the world is our sovereignty. Our sovereignty is everything. If you want people to be proud of you or to fear you out there, keep your dignity, keep your sovereignty. With that being said, I think we'll have to leave it right there. Thank you so much for watching this video up to now. We really do appreciate your time. If you find something informative that you would like also to share your opinion with us, drop us the comments in the comment section. We'll have a look on it. Tell us also what you think about what Donald Trump have said. Above all, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are not our subscriber yet. Like this video in your numbers, give us your thumbs up. We really do appreciate that. I believe that will be all for now. Continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon in our next video. Ciao, ciao.